How's it going, everyone? So it's been a couple of days since NorCal Regionals. I actually really wanted to film a lot of this like right after the event, but holy heck, Championship Sunday was exhausting. There's so many people, and honestly, a bit of my introvertedness was kind of like starting to hit me, of where I was like, you know, not wanting to like continue to interact with everyone, and it was like by the end of the event, it was trying to, kind of best manage my energy. There was 2 different tournaments happening at the same time, even on Championship Sunday, which is a little bit weird for me. So there was like the big screen, and then there's like the one off to the side. And so, I kind of focused on the main screen. That's where Tekken was, that's where Street Fighter was, that's where Dragon Ball was, and that's where Ultimate was. So like the 2 big ones there, Ultimate and Dragon Ball for me. After Tekken was Street Fighter. I haven't followed Street Fighter in a long while, but I know enough. Like, I know who the big names are, I know who's still good. And it was really cool to see like so many big names, not just from like the States or from, even just like from Europe or Canada. There was like all the big names from Japan, as well as I believe even some from like Korea. Getting to see top 8, I understood a majority of it, but one of the things that I kind of missed out on is understanding kind of like the people's stories. So like I compared it to WWE. Like, I'm not a big fan of wrestling, I haven't followed it, I might be mistaken on some of these things, just full disclosure. And so because of how small the venue was, they weren't like broadcasting commentary, because if the main stage has commentary going over the speaker, well, it could then interfere with the broadcast of the other stream, and vice versa. So it wouldn't really be fair. So I kind of missed out on a lot of, the nuance of, what makes this fight, what makes it so important, what makes this guy's journey so important. But luckily enough, I was sitting in front of a few of some of the greats of fighting games, sitting in front of K-Brad and Vicky Kitty. And they both were they were making side bets with people, just all sorts of smack talk. It was great. It was very much like a new side of like attending these events that you don't normally see. Like if you're watching like Capcom Cup at home, you're not gonna have that unless your buddies are the ones that like already know about that and are ones like, okay, who do you got in this match? You got Daigo? All right, cool. I got $5, $20 on Daigo. Let's go. And it was awesome. I wasn't betting because I don't carry cash on me, and I'm not about to be making bets without, a way to pay out. But, all the same, it was good. It was a lot of fun. Top 8 was pretty damn cool. Got to see some crazy combos. And Tokido is still just an amazing freaking Akuma player. Like, he is so damn consistent. Like, I was tweeting about Daigo and like how much he amazes me still. Like he's the guy. Like he's freaking Evo Moment 37 God. He's the beast. And to see him still like competing and doing well is so awesome to see. So moving on to Dragon Ball, like one of the cool things I had to just look up a name, is that the first person that Apology Man or Beneath had to play in top 8 was a guy named Brian Hakai. And now, like before this event, unless you were like playing on PC, you would have never heard of him, because this guy he's like an online warrior. He's the guy that's out there grinding ranked games, for hours on end. That this guy has been at home practicing these combos, getting down his strategies, and he makes top 8 at what is like a quasi major. Because Dragon Ball, it wasn't just NorCal versus SoCal. It's very much like Street Fighter. It brought in that talent, that top tier of the world. Like people like Kazunoko. Last year won 4 of the majors to get 4 of the 7 Dragon Balls, then wins Worlds. The man is just the epitome of consistency. Right behind him, Goichi. This man is just good at whatever fighting game he touches. He's so damn good. So I already kind of started to hint at, like, what were some of my main takeaways. Honestly, first thing, the hype. Like, coming to this event was amazing. Being part of a crowd, it doesn't matter if it's a sporting event, a world championship or a regional. like this, being in a crowd of people who are excited to see the same game that you're watching, you can't help but just get involved in that passion. Like when something cool is happening, like the whole crowd erupts. It's also really cool. With that, I got to meet Nick, another Nick from Beast Coast. Super cool guy. It was fun talking with him, and like I said, sharing in that passion for games. Like we're both big fans of shooters, fighting games. It was cool. It was really cool. And so, it's, you get to make new friends, and there's not really always the same way of doing that, especially with fighting games, with kind of like the arcade culture no longer a thing. It becomes about like, well, how do you meet people that play the same games as you, that care about being the best, that care about just getting better and wanting to be better than their friends, or just their local scene. And talking of like new friends, big shout out to Brandon, or better known as Homemade Waffles. The man broke out a mini CRT and a Wii U and was able to throw down with some Melee matches. Big old shout out. That was so cool. Like there's all this like jokes and controversy of Melee no longer being at Evo, and just causing an extra thing of just like, oh, Melee doesn't belong with fighting games. And it was fun. Like I love that game to hell and back, and it will always be one of my top games, even though I am comparatively shit. I got my ass whooped, but by the end of it, things are starting to click, and that's great. You don't get that all the time, and so it was good to just play better people than me and to learn from them and to see what they're doing and see how they're executing these like really hard things, and it's so damn awesome. So that was really cool too. So another thing is really an appreciation for all these games that I don't play. Like I've never watched Unist. The first time I heard about it was when it took the last spot at Evo this year. And I had no idea. I just knew it was an anime fighter. People like it for its combat system. That's it. I know I have a basis of like what an anime fighter is. Anime characters doing crazy things that you wouldn't expect a normal person to do, more so than what you see in like Street Fighter. And watching the finals of that was crazy. It looks so cool. It's like you see these crazy punishes. I'm like, okay, I see why there's so many people excited for this game, excited to come play it at Evo on that grand stage, to be like, yes, I'm the best in this game. Same thing with Tekken. Like I said, I got a minor understanding of it, but still really cool to see some of the crazy stuff that's possible at like this highest level, and the amount of passion that goes into that game, and how it's so cool. Like being my first fighting game event, just like I said, purely fighting game event, there was a chance to really kind of experience a lot. And while I didn't play in it myself, I still feel like I learned a lot about the community, about NorCal, about SoCal, about all these games that are new for me. And it's just really cool to see like how passionate the fans are and how they keep this just amazing nook of gaming going and evolving and just continuing to be such a great portion of just really like fighting spirit, trying to push yourselves to be the best. Yeah, I'm glad that this is my first vlog. I've learned some new things as well. I'm learning how to use this amazing camera that I got, and even like trying to get it set up at home for my own streams, but also taking pictures and videos. I got some cool shots, I think, just for Beast Coast. And the fact that like I'm super self-conscious. Like if I don't think something's up to standards, I have a really bad habit of getting myself down. Not like, oh, you're an idiot, you couldn't figure this out. It's more like, no, this isn't good enough. I can do better. I know I can do better. And I kind of started to feel that way about pictures and some of the videos, and to hand those off and be like, oh my God, these are amazing. It gave me that moment of just like, okay, you're learning. Just keep improving, do better. And so while I know that the quality of this might not be to like the highest of standards, that's what this is. We're learning. So what's next? So next week, I'm off to Berlin. I'm going to TwitchCon EU, and that's going to be kind of like, while this vlog might be a little bit smaller, that one I'm hoping to do a lot more with. I'm looking forward to all that I get to see of Germany, Berlin, and all that this event has to offer. I know zero German, I'm just looking forward to, you know, good company, good food, good drinks, and just, you know, a fun time. I love going to events. I love working on them, and it should be a great time. There's some really awesome stuff that I'm looking forward to as well. But I'll get into that with the vlog. And then shortly after, that's this is gonna be fun. I get to move. Basically, the circumstances have happened with the neighborhood that's forced like the homeowners to kick everyone out. But luckily enough, I've got a coworker that I'm moving in with. We're getting a new apartment, so everything's changing. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. There's gonna be more stories, more adventures to come. I've got some other topics that I kind of want to do for kind of like, you know, not like a set home, but like, you know, not as like specific as like this once a year event sort of thing. So let me know what you guys think. You know, shoot me a follow, or, you know, subscribe down below. Follow me on Twitter at HighJump62. Or if you're interested in anything that I do gaming wise, you can follow me over at Twitch TV / HighJump. How is it so hard to speak English? But yeah, if you have other tips too, with you know, vlogging, or, you know, using a Sony A6500, even better, yeah, I'm all ears. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.